Greetings and salutations. I am the blind dyslexic, and this is Tbd On. In this little vlog, I'm going to raise the notion that we live in a 24/7 society. 24/7 society. What do you mean? What could that possibly indicate or imply? Well, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Before the internet, we had the debut of the 24/7 news stations, where before you would have to wait 24 hours in order to find out what happened in the world. Then came CNN, where every 20, 30 minutes the story would be updated or repeated. Before the internet, we had VCRs, to where if you missed your show, you could go back and rewatch it. Otherwise, you would have to wait. An entire week or for the next adventure, or you'd have to wait till repeats to come during its break. But still, that does not indicate we live in a 24/7 society. I'm getting to that. Think about it, folks. We are never any further than an arm's length from our devices. We never are. I'm one of them, so it's not like I'm calling so you're probably thinking that's the pot calling the kettle black. I know, I'm the same way. I'm never too far away from the phone. I'm never far away from my computer or whatever connected device. And that's just it. We're afraid of missing out today. We're such a socialized group. Granted, the internet has brought us closer. Granted, where before you would have to go to the library. Granted, you're hoping that also before the internet, you'd have to buy an Encyclopedia Britannica. That's going way back. And even though the information there would be already 3 years old, maybe 3 to 4 years old after it's been printed, but still, today, we can find out information at a touch of a button. And we don't have to wait. And like I said, we're such a socialized group. We can hop on whatever device and FaceTime with a friend who's another state, another country, but not yet another world. Though a lot of our friends, we know, basically make you feel like they're from another world. But no, all kidding aside. But think about it, folks. There's never a time when we're not disconnected. We watch movies online. Like I said before, we FaceTime online. We read and watch movies online. We find all our information that we need online. And since we are such a socialized group, if we miss out on a tweet, if we miss out on a post, we feel as though our entire day or week has been destroyed. We do. Consciously or unconsciously. And look at schools. Look at schools in the past before the internet. A kid's being harassed. They could wait at least 24 hours or till the weekend's over before they have to suffer again of that harassment. Where today, due to how savvy kids are, the harassers can create new accounts and further that online. And like I said, let's say we can't remember the name of our favorite group or the lyrics. We could Shazam it. Or we can say, or we could look something up like, or just put down a few words and put lyrics behind it, and boom, there's the song. We're becoming cybernized, folks. There's going to come a day in which when kids are born in such a way to where they can automatically access the internet. I mean, I don't even call the internet anymore. Maybe called the world net. But nonetheless, this 24/7 society does not allow any of us a chance to rest. It doesn't. We use our phones as our clocks, as our entertainment, as our music devices, as our TVs now, basically. Because we're so sick and damn tired of paying out X amount of bucks for cable, and lion's share of the stations are either repeats or we don't even watch it at all. I'm not saying we need to take a break every now and then, because it doesn't allow us time enough to think. But before the internet, we hear a story, whether it's in the paper or on whatever 24-hour news service. We would sit back and we would analyze and debate in a calm demeanor. Now, with the internet, the information is there constantly. This thing, we're pretty much like this 24/7, to where it's almost as though we're being, I don't want to say brainwashed, but our minds are not allowing ourselves to sit back, relax, and either debate or rationalize the situation at hand. Look at our elections. Look at the past election in general. People went all ape-waga over the fact of somebody winning over another person. Look at the issue of Doctor Who or any other TV show, or even a movie like Captain Marvel. That is the product of a 24/7 society. We do not sit back, relax, and think about things. And I don't want to say it was a precursor to it, but in my mind, the allowance of cameras in the courtroom, to me, I will have a TBD on about that as well sometime in the future. Cameras in the courtroom, I'm sorry, should not be allowed. And due to allowing cameras in the courtroom, we will not honestly know whether or not O.J. Simpson killed his wife or not. Or, I'm sorry, his ex-wife. So like I said, that's a future TBD on. We're afraid to disagree anymore. We are. We're afraid to have a differing opinion, because if we have a differing of opinion, then we're accused of being sexist, homophobic, not a true fan of a certain genre. Since when is having a different opinion on how we look at things wrong? So, in the end, what happens? The person who has the disagreement becomes ostracized. And when they feel as though they become ostracized, then they won't be able to discuss their matter freely at any time. All right, folks and fans. All right, folks and fans. Somehow I accidentally hit the off button and opposed to the pause button. But no, it's true. We're so afraid of being ostracized today that we're willing to agree with stuff without properly thinking about it. Where before we'd sit down and debate. Now we argue. And in this 24/7 society, this is what I propose. I can understand in the mornings checking your information. Fine. But at some point, make it a day that you're off. Okay? Not a day that you're working, but make it so it's a day that you're off work. Like I said, in the morning, check your information, and then lay whatever internet device down. And do not pick it up for several hours. Now, if somebody calls, fine, answer the phone. But anything else that has to imply you diving online, stay away from it. Just allow your mind to just take a break, take a rest. That is what I proposed. That is what I propose. All right, folks and fans, I think I've yacked enough. I'm your blind dyslexic. This has been TBD On. If you like what you're hearing, or if you feel I've forgotten something, please leave it down below. And hit that little notification bell so you know I'm doing these or my Tulsa walkabouts. Plus, just have fun, folks. That's all. I'm your blind dyslexic. Ciao for now.